Hey everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kenny and Andy McPhee.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny and welcome to Relentless and Unstoppable. We have another amazing guest coming on the channel today, so please hit like and subscribe. And after this episode, please stay tuned to the RNU channel for more amazing guests. Let's get this on!
Hey everybody, how you doing? Just a quick little share of why I started Relentless and Unstoppable. It was for one very simple reason, because of Doug Kenny. Nothing to do with me at all, zero. I was just coaching Doug, and he took on the coaching and mentoring, and he made all the changes. He took all the suggestions from his parents as well as my coaching, but it was all about Doug, his breakthrough and his weight loss, his willingness to accept that he is dealing with high functioning autism and other issues, but he's never quit, he's never given up. So we did one interview with him to share his story, and then we decided to start interviewing other people. And Doug has now taken over the whole channel, and he does all the interviews, he runs everything. He's just an amazing young man. So RNU was born from simply what an amazing young man Doug is, and his story needed to be shared.
Under communist rule.
For sure. And is that why you got into military activism and all that? Because of the fall of Saigon, or?
I am absolutely, and you there for all of the stories that you hear about the Vietnam War. There's so much bad, but there was also so much heroism and so much compassion. Those soldiers who helped save so many Vietnamese refugees, even the government who allowed, who instead of just abandoning the Vietnamese people, allowed many, helped several South Vietnamese escape. And I escaped on a C-130 days before they bombed the airport. So because of that, I know exactly who I attribute my life and my freedoms to is the legacy of warfighters and the American citizens who show compassion and open up their hearts and homes to help so many Vietnamese refugees.
I heard that was a very unpopular time in America.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that we have people serving and protecting others. That's always great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what did you win at the pageant, if I remember right, or?
Yes, I ended up getting the national title for Miss Elite. So my title today, as it stands, is no longer Miss California as much as it is Miss US Elite.
So that was your dream then. You got it.
There you go. America,
Yeah.
Land of dreams and opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. So what did you do after the pageant, and what are your plans for future pageants?
As far as the pageant route, maybe for me, I've used this platform to espouse as much as I can. I will be doing so in the reign that I have up until January. On April 30th of this year, on the day coinciding with the fall of Saigon in 1975, myself and the son of a Vietnam veteran hosted a Vietnam Veterans Appreciation event whereby we had over 200 attendees comprised of the Tustin Young Marines, Southern California Children's Choir, refugee speeches, senators, congressmen, and a pinning ceremony. And it was a very memorable night to appreciate Vietnam veterans, and it was heralded by many as the best event they had ever been to. And I committed on the first day of that competition, and I said it throughout, that I would espouse my platform, and I continue to ardently do so. And that event was truly a dream come true and a culmination of a lot of work, hopes, and dreams. And it was everything that I had envisioned it to be.
That's great. I certainly think you did such a good job at the pageant.
Thank you.
So how did it feel standing on stage being crowned?
Honestly, when you get there, it's all kind of a blur. I think most of my memories are all from the photographs, maybe, perhaps, but it's exhilarating because pageantry is a lot of work. It's a lot of work and a lot of preparation. And in this particular instance, it has to closely align with what you've done and who you are. You can't really fake the Women of Achievement pageant, in that you're up against women who literally eat, drink, live, breathe their passion and their philanthropy. And you have to do so as well. So being able to speak to your platform, really espouse it with the passion that it deserves. When by the time that you get that crown on your head, you just know that your sincerity has come across, and those who have judged and bestowed you to have that opportunity, have expectations that you're going to execute on that vision you proclaim to. So that's exactly what culminated in that moment, and that's what's happened thereafter.
Were you in the talent show too?
No, I gave a speech.
Got it. So what are you currently working on for the future?
So what does the future look like for me? I seek to continue my career with the Department of Defense. I'm currently a project manager with the 412th Communications Squadron at Edwards Air Force Base. And I want to continue my philanthropic efforts. I find, like a broken record, I find inspiration from my history and the freedoms that I have every day. There's not a single day that goes by at Edwards where I'm not in a continual state of perpetual awe. I watch the world's most sophisticated aircraft take off into the skies, and I wonder how a Vietnamese child of refugee parents ended up on one of the most secure flight lines in the world. I recently participated in C-17 egress exercise, so when I sat there, I was like blinded by tears at how unfathomable it is for me to be a project manager supporting testing efforts in a C-17 when nearly 50 years prior, I was an infant in a C-130 trying to escape the aftermath of war. So ultimately, it always reminds me that's the beauty of this great nation. And I realize that every day I've been given an opportunity that I'm not going to squander. So I choose to dedicate my life, my career, to defending that which makes this American life and this American dream possible.
So yeah, this is all I have for now, but I'd like to ask you, how can your journey impact the world and future generations of people?
So of the many things that I'm going to regret, and the many regrets that life brings, mine will be that I have but one life to give my country. I've intertwined my past, my present, and my future with a purpose that I hope in doing so will preserve the freedoms of this great nation, for you, your children, your grandchildren, generations to come. I had the opportunity to participate in an honor flight in 2017, and a 101-year-old World War II veteran, Bernard James is his name, he's since passed. I asked him if he could share a piece of wisdom with our youth, what would it be? And he said, the first 100 years are the hardest. And I can't stop laughing because he shows so much wit and humor through so much adversity that he's been through in his life. So when I think about how difficult this life has been, I also think about how grateful I am to be in the most perfect of imperfect nations. And so I hope that my life's purpose will be fulfilled. And I know it will be fulfilled if even one veteran or grateful citizen understands that their life and their sacrifices were never in vain.
Yeah, for sure. So where can people find you?
I have a Miss Elite US page on Facebook that folks can follow. And I'm also on LinkedIn under Brittanie Ngo.
Great to hear. So we thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for your time, Douglas.
No problem. So everyone, please hit like and subscribe to this video and the podcast on Anchor. And let's thank Brittanie for appearing on RNU, and we'll see you next week for the next episode.